Hello again, folks, and back in the messy clothes because I have finally finished up the winter project. So, I thought I would put a little bit of a snapshot progress through, and then I will actually reveal the guitar and set a little bit further. So, with that said, let's go to some snapshots and then the actual unveil the finally finished guitar. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna show some shots here of the progress. And I'm just gonna add some random comments here while we go along. Here we see what the inside of the guitar looks like once you pull everything off. I then proceed to tape everything up and get it ready for rooting out. And as you can see here, I got some of it rooted out roughly. Again, I realized that it has to be routed out better, so I went in further with it to give it more depth. Here we have a test fitting of the pick guard, and you can see some of the shielding that I've put in place. Here I had the fun of trying to figure out how to wire it properly, and in the process I flipped some components over onto the new pickguard. Here I have the cavity shielded in parts. To note, the one bottom inside I had to take out because of a grounding issue. Again, fitting with the pickguard and the pickups in place and pots. And here is the Jazzmaster HS before. And here again is now the finished product with the wide range humbuckers in place. And that's it. And I'm back. So now that that's out of the way, let us actually finally go on to the finished product. So again, didn't have to do anything to the back, but the front, again, the only things I really did here is, again, ebonize the fingerboard a bit. And I gave the front a little bit of a rub out with the I think it's Newtone Scratch Doctor that Eric C talks about using, and it really does a good job. So there was a little bit of scratching. The plastic is now taken off the pick guard. The volume and tone caps are used. Again, the three-way selector switch is used. Again, input jack is used, or output jack is used again. And the body. So there it is, the Fender 2011 Jazzmaster HS Blacktop converted to Jazz Blaster. The actual funds to do all this was, of course, The guitar was basically got in a trade, so no funds in regards to that. Pickguard 46 Canadian or 34 pounds. Pickups, basically I got them in a loaded Tele Deluxe, or sorry, Tele Thin Line pickguard. So the pickguard and the pickups in total was 168 Canadian, which was still cheaper than trying to get the pickups brand spanking new. Three-way toggle free because obviously it was there before. Input jack free because it was there before. The volume and tone knobs free because it was originally came with the black top. It has internally two CTS 500K pots. The tone cap in question I did use, and I will again demo this later. For its sounds, it was the Fender Rocket Cap, I think they call it, at a 500 at a 50 rating. I wanted to go 22 because I didn't think that it was going to be I thought it was going to be too trebly. But quite honestly, I am actually really impressed with the Fender Rocket Cap thing or whatever that I put in here, and actually how it's actually made these pickups work now. So that's pretty impressive. Other than that, just some generic wires. That's pretty much it. Beyond that, how is this set up at the moment? One thing, I don't know if it'll come out on camera, but the skinny bottoms, fat tops, or however you want to pronounce it. Okay, sorry. Skinny top, heavy bottom, Ernie Ball, regular slinky strings. I did give this a little bit of a play around to kind of see how it sounds, and actually open through the amp, and it takes a little getting used to, but I find it actually not too much of a difference, considering the odd thing about it is your A string is basically how the E string is on I believe the regular or the super slinkies. It's a 42, so it's a 42 on the A and then a 52 on the E. But so far so good. It's tuned up to E. I don't have any tuning issues so far. Let's see now. What can I say for actual issues in doing this conversion? Anyone looking to do this conversion or convert to, say, different pickups, humbucker pickups, or some other type of pickup configuration, I would say definitely invest in a router plunger type device. Don't try to set your level, then move it around in the cavity where you want. Probably in a best case scenario, if you can do it, if you have the skills or have the ability to do it, definitely take the tailpiece off, and definitely take the bridge fairings or whatever it is here that hold the posts in place out as well. That way you have a more flatter surface to actually use the plunge router on. Also make sure to have a good router bit, and double check, double, single, double, triple check your measurements and your depths. Otherwise, you are going to have issues. I had a major issue with this when I did the routing for the front in the Jazzmaster routing, because there was about I would say about a half inch to 3/4 of an inch depth difference between the Jazzmaster routing and the humbucker pickup routing in this. So I found the humbucker depth routing was actually the most accurate for when putting in the wide range humbuckers. Another thing, if you do happen to get one of these blacktop Jazzmasters and you do want to convert to a wide range humbucker, and you do go on eBay and grab this Lee Ranallo pickguard off of the eBay seller in the UK, be aware that this is going to be an issue. This three-way switch here, I had to actually route out a big chunk of wood in here, which doesn't interfere with the front screw, doesn't interfere with here, but if you were to actually really closely look, and actually you can just barely, I can just put my fingernail barely in there. I routed it a little too far, and you will run into an issue with that. So beyond that, again, this is the Winter Project 2011 Fender Jazzmaster, 2011 made in Mexico Fender Jazzmaster Blacktop HS converted to Jazz Blaster. So hope you all enjoyed my short little video here talking about the guitar. And at some point in time tonight, maybe after Steve from Boston's live stream, or later on after that, maybe around 11 or so Eastern, I will put up sound samples of how this guitar finally sounds and plays. With that said, catch you later, folks. Bye for now. And again, hope everyone is safe and warm.